How would you react if a mob boss who threatened and coerced the local businesses that you frequent, who created a money printing machine that pumped valueless currency into your neighborhood and pushed up prices, a mob boss who banned products from outside your town and made everything more expensive, what would you think of a ne'er-do-well like that, then blaming high prices on all of his victims? Well, that's pretty much a perfect analogy to the new grandiose grandstanding of Joe Biden, as he actually claimed that grocery chains struggling to operate under his yokes are, in his words, ripping people off. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC-TV. You know, in 1992, Al Gore made himself the target of well-deserved mockery when he told a crowd, "Everything that ought to be down is up, everything that should be up is down." Well, of course, he continues to offer shady claims, now mostly about the climate, but Gore isn't alone in manufacturing a false message for political consumption. On the whole, the U.S. government does this virtually every month when it releases cheery statistics like employment reports that soon get revised downward when most people aren't paying attention. Many Americans, well, they've become accustomed to this kind of Orwellian treatment, but sometimes a politician is so thuggish and unembarrassed by his own ego that he adds enough insult to let folks refocus on the core injury and realize they shouldn't get normalcy bias. Joe Biden just pulled off that hubristic feat by, get this, not only repeating his attempt to pretend that inflation has ended and gone into reverse, but by actually drawing more attention to the continuing price problem through his claim that grocers are at fault and are ripping people off. Sarah Rumpf Whitten reports for Fox News that at the South Carolina Democrat Party's First in the Nation celebration dinner held in Columbia on January 27th, Biden told the audience a lot of things that not only were out of line with economic reality, he also made sure to insult business owners and consumers trying to deal with that dark economic reality.
Inflation is coming down. It's now lower in America than any other major economy in the world.
That, of course, is false. As I reported for MRC-TV last month, prices are going up, but the rate of the increase in December wasn't as steep as compared to a year earlier.
The cost of eggs, milk, chicken, gas, and so many other essential items have come down.
Ooh. Incredibly deceptive. Not only have prices overall risen year to year, as I noted in December, the president can't make any claim that January 2024 has delivered some miraculous decrease in prices because overall January inflation statistics won't be updated until February 13th. And of course, if one wants to calculate the overall price increases from the time Biden entered office until the fall of last year, well, that would come to 17.7% higher. Not lower, Joe, higher. Curiously, none of these South Carolina Democrat Party partiers at the dinner spoke up for truth when Joe spouted his nonsense to all of them. So much for self-respect and honor. And of course, basic grocery prices have risen even more than the average rate of inflation, as Rumpf Whitten observes, quote, "Based on data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Americans must spend approximately $125.51 on groceries that would have previously cost $100 in December of 2019. But surely this will change if we just keep allowing ourselves to be dragged along the poison Primrose Biden path, the path paved with massive deficit welfare warfare spending, government restrictions on energy import, energy discovery, fuel refining, and fuel transport, and increasingly burdensome regulations, otherwise known as government threats, to make people sell or buy the way the government wants, and plenty more. Surely this will get better if we just keep crawling on the Bidenista path that has seen anemic new orders in manufacturing. Or perhaps that's not the case. Perhaps business owners trying to survive in a government-controlled economic system aren't to blame. Perhaps one can point out to Joe Biden that the sellers he excoriates actually try to compete with each other for our patronage, that we consumers try to get more, not less, for our money and efforts, and that sellers therefore are incentivized to bring us the best bang for our buck. If they try to rip us off, Joe, we'll respond by going to a competitor, and other free market participants can see our moves and respond accordingly as well. Perhaps someone can tell Joe Biden that the sphere of our lives in which we don't have a choice is government, which imposes itself, or more accurately, which sees its parasitic and egomaniacal rulers impose their edicts on all of us. If Joe Biden truly believes that the grocery sellers out there are ripping us off, well, then why doesn't Joe leave the world of politics and enter the private market? How about engaging those nefarious grocery gangsters with his own brand of Biden buy stores? If he thinks sellers are setting prices too high, he can open a store and show them how it's done. He talks a good game at the political podium. He adopts that tough guy for the little guy swagger. But is Biden willing to peacefully compete? Well, of course he is not. He's a devotee of deception, a promulgator of pronouncements and allegations that have nothing to do with reality and everything to do with blaming innocent people for the problems his own collectivist philosophy and controlling policies have wrought. If we had freedom, real freedom, we could decouple from this disastrous relationship with the government. But of course, as Heritage Foundation economist and economic professor Peter St. Onge has noted, with recent government so-called hiring behind over half of total new net jobs, is there really a light at the end of the economic tunnel? And if there is, will the Biden administration ban that light in order to fulfill some insane climate cult agenda? We'll see. But for now, we can watch this rhetoric. We can call it out, and we can see how the Democrats in that audience didn't call him on it as well. We can spread the word and tell others about the truth. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe and watch us at Rumble, where they don't censor us. Of course, please share these videos with plenty of friends, especially students of economics, history, philosophy, the Constitution, that sort of thing. Anybody who's interested in truth. And of course, visit us at MRCTV.org. MRCTV.org. While you're there, please visit the MRC Store, check out what the whole team is doing, and consider donating to the Media Research Center. Really appreciate your help. You can also find us inside Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter/X, and on Twitter/X, I'm at Gard Goldsmith, G-A-R-D Goldsmith. Thanks for watching, everyone. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.